So after 4 years of living off-grid, we're finally ready to start getting a kitchen together in our geodesic dome. We're tired of using this plastic foldable table to prepare our food. Not to mention how awesome it's going to be to actually have a sink inside. Since the last time you've seen us, we've been busy putting the finishing touches on the countertop that we put together, and the first step to having a functioning kitchen is having a proper counter space. So we're going to take the planer and get rid of all those high spots and get this thing nice and smooth so I can sand it.
Alright, sit. Good boy. Sit. You didn't even let your butt touch the ground. Sit. Ah, Barnaby.
Fun part.
Yeah, we're at the part now where we're actually going to burn the top of this, and then we're going to sand it down, cut out our counter spaces, and start building a frame for this guy.
In the 3.5 years off-grid, the one thing Jess has asked for the most is a countertop. So I'm glad that we're finally going to have one that we can have space to cook on, prepare food, store stuff underneath. This is actually going to help us in a lot of different ways. Looking good.
Yeah, it's looking great. There's a lot of yellow jackets out today.
Yeah, it's the time of the year. You got to feed them.
I know. They're good.
Build a puzzle. There it goes. Woo!
Now to see this sink.
Does it fit? Gonna fit.
Take a little bit off, but yeah, I think we're good.
All right. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
There we go.
Look at that beauty.
So what we have here are some cute little mushroom stencils that we bought online, and we're gonna wood burn them into the surface at the top of this table to kind of give it a little mushroom decor. It's gonna be cute. I'm having a hard time trying to decide which mushrooms I want to put next in the sequence. When I ordered the stencils, I was really sure in my head how I saw it coming out and turning out. And now that I have them here and I'm looking at them, I'm worried that it's going to be too busy. I really like just the one, how it is. And if anything, I'm leaning mostly towards just repeating the pattern of just the one mushroom. It's only one piece of wood. I only have one shot and I don't want it to be too busy and I don't end up liking it in the end. You know what I mean? Sean said we could sand it down probably and reburn it, but then at that point you're just like taking a little more away, and I'm sure it'll mess it up somewhere along the line. But I don't know. What do you guys think? So this is the pattern that I'm seeming to like, and then just kind of repeating the same stencil because I just like how that one turned out so much and I'm worried to put another one down. And here are a couple other of the stencil patterns that I've been toying with. But it's like, it's not only which mushrooms, it's like where. Okay, after a Facebook post and an hour of sitting here staring at it, I think I'm just gonna go with the repeating pattern. Even though everybody seemed to like the multi-mushrooms better, I feel safer and I know that I like that pattern, so that's the one I'm gonna go with.
Well, after 3 months of barely having any rain, we're about to get pummeled with a whole bunch, and we need it. We've had barely any water to last us for the past a few months now. It's been pretty difficult. We've had to ration our water supply more than we've ever had to since living off grid. It's pretty dreary outside right now, so I'm going to spend the rest of the day building the frame for the countertop that we've been building, which Jess is really excited about. It's coming together really nice. Barnaby! He's a barky puppy. He's pretty active, but I'm going to get this built today so we can finally have a working kitchen space. The leaves are starting to change. It's going to be real pretty around here real soon. It's coming together. Let's get some legs on here and see if the countertop fits on top, which it should. But you never know. Something always seems to go wrong. But fingers crossed. That's better. I have to look at my fat belly. Basic frame is put together. This wind and this rain is really picking up. Part of that hurricane is going to, just the tip of it's going to reach us, but it's supposed to get really windy tonight. I'm kind of worried about the dome and some of these trees because the ground is really saturated, and there's one tree that is pretty close that we're kind of scared that might fall on the dome. So we got to get that taken care of pretty soon. But it'll make great firewood. Can you see it up there? If that thing falls, we're in trouble.
Today we're gonna attach our countertop to its frame and put it in its final resting place. So super excited about that.
Final resting place? How dark.
Well, you know what I mean, into its position over there, so it's out of the living room.
Finally.
Yes.
Have a living room back.
And a kitchen counter.
We did get a little bit of cupping here, so we're gonna have to finagle this with some clamps, some glue, and some screws. But it should work out fine. Try not to mind the mess. It's a construction zone in here.
For real.
Looks good.
It's looking really awesome in this space. I'm loving it.
We got boards that we're going to put across this way, that we would have shelves all the way down, or a shelf all the way down. Storage.
Yeah, more storage needed. Tiny home, gotta have a lot of storage.
Yeah, babe.
Yes. It looks really good.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be sick.
Yeah. So cool, so cool.
Now I can get off my back about a countertop.
I know, it's perfect height. I'm not like trying to work.
How are you not like? Do that again.
All hunched over. This table's too low, trying to cut my food.
No, it's perfect.
No, this is perfect. I'll do my dishes.
Well, there was a little change of plans. I just got home last night. We had a bunch of volunteers and supplies collected to take to the victims of the hurricane that just hit the East Coast. So we loaded up a school bus and we head out there to try and help in any way we could. We got a sheriff escorting us to help us get into some of the areas so we have no problem, hopefully. A very special thank you to the Scott County Sheriff's Department for donating one of those pallets of water that we brought here and giving us the escort, and Scott County High School. We couldn't have made this trip without y'all. Our prayers go out to anyone affected by the storm, and if you can donate time, money, or even just your prayers, the people out there greatly need it. It was really sad. I saw so many who lost everything. I couldn't even imagine. I may have just got home, but I'm getting ready to leave again. I'm going to be heading to the Self Reliance Festival out in Camden, Tennessee. I went in the beginning of spring, but this is supposed to be a bigger event. I'll be there with Glenn from Landstruck. We're going to learn about homesteading, personal protection of your property, and a whole bunch of things related to this lifestyle. I'm really excited to go. On our way to the Self Reliance Festival. That was a long trip. We're at one of Glenn's other properties, or Landstruck's other properties, where they stay to develop the roads and the tracts of property for everyone. Out here, a little bit outside of Nashville, it's in a place called Hohenwald, or Linden. But yeah, got a cool little setup. That's what I'll be staying for the next few days while we go to the Self Reliance Festival, which is going to be fun.
You must be from the mountains.
Lots project in the house.
What do you want to do?
Listen, we got Sean Mills here from Hack My Homestead, friend of mine, although I don't feel as cool anymore now that I cut my beard.
Ah, that's right, yeah. Yeah.
So, are you Hack My Homestead on YouTube as well?
Yeah, Hack My Homestead, YouTube, TikTok, and hackmyhomestead.com.
Go check him out. Awesome dude, very knowledgeable.
Thank you. Don't tell me, you are off-grid and growing. No, on TikTok, off-grid Sean. Oh my God, can I have your autograph?
Shut up. Alright, I'm about to show you all something that I think is really cool and that some of you might find useful for your properties. It's called the Flow Jack. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, how's it going?
What is the Flow Jack? Can you give me a rundown of that?
The Flow Jack is your way to access the well from your water when your electricity's out. This is a manual backup pump, so it requires no electricity. Install this and just be able to start pumping water out the moment the power goes out.
Okay, can you use this as a full-time system or is it more of just a backup?
You can actually use this as a full-time system if you want to. It'll give you 3 to 4 gallons a minute with pumping, and you can actually run a hose from it to your bladder tank and pump your bladder tank up to pressure, still be able to flush your toilet, run your sink without actually bucketing water across your yard.
So what kind of depth can these things pump up from?
This can pump from anywhere all the way up to 250 foot static. So from, if your standing water table is 250 feet down into the earth, we can pump water from there.
I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty badass. So where can anybody find more information about this if they're interested in learning more or purchasing one?
Right, flowjack.com.
Flowjack.com.
FLOJAK.com.
Very cool. Getting ready to go on a foraging hike with someone you know, Carrie Brown.
Hey everybody. A very innocuous little fella here that is easily overlooked but highly appreciated and available. If the grass is growing, we can find this. This is narrow leaf plantain. This is one of our native pollinator support plants, and at the end of summer, August, September, you hear people start complaining about the goldenrod kicking off their allergies. Actually, it's not the goldenrod, it's the ragweed, which blooms at the same time.
Learning a lot on this foraging walk. It's pretty cool.
This is shagbark, and it's pretty easy to tell how it gets that name.
Well, it was a good first day. We're getting ready to pack it up. Come back tomorrow. All right, everyone. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the festival. I'll see you next week. Keep growing. Another special thank you to Nomad Internet, the only way Jes and I are able to upload our off-grid vlogs while living deep in the woods of Tennessee. There's a link in the description for more information.